Hey y'all, my name is Mallory from Stay at Home Mallory. I post all kinds of homemaking and cleaning content, and today's video is going to be an extreme kitchen declutter, organize, and deep clean. I'm going to be doing a little bit of everything. Y'all know, if you've seen my videos, you know that we have a really small kitchen, so it's very easy for this kitchen to get very cluttered and completely disorganized, and it's been a while. I think my last video where I decluttered the kitchen probably several months ago. That's the last time I've like really cleaned up in here, besides like cleaning off the counters and daily stuff. So it really needs a good decluttering. I got an Instant Pot for Christmas, which can replace several other appliances, so I'm going to declutter those and just stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and hop right into it because we just got back from the library, so it's already halfway through the day and I want to get this done before I have to cook dinner tonight. So we're going to go ahead and start now. Alright, so I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a before. I've already cleaned the kitchen like at surface level, except for our Valentine's decorations over there. We're decorating later in the month, so I don't have anywhere to put those yet, so they're just gonna sit there. But right here, this used to be our dog food cabinet. That's why it's got a lock on it, because Elijah would eat it. But we cleared that out, put the dog food over in that. So now I've got my Instant Pot in there, and I do plan on putting a couple more appliances in there once I kind of rearrange. I've got plates and cups and bowls in here. This one definitely needs to be rearranged and organized. You can tell I had some things where I tried. I think I'm just gonna get rid of those, but it needs to be decluttered and everything. Let's see, we've got our cleaning cabinet down here. Definitely needs some love. This is our Tupperware type things, our Tupperware and food containers, stuff like that. This is a completely random cabinet. It's just full of random stuff, and I'm hoping to kind of like put that to actual use. This one's kind of got coffee and tea stuff. And then up here, we have our toaster oven. And here is our baking cabinet, which is getting a little crowded. And these are our only food cabinets. I don't know why it's not focusing. That, which it goes in all the way back there, so it's got more room than it looks like, but that space is not really usable because it's all the way in the back. And then we have this cabinet that's just full of random stuff, and it's completely unorganized. I need to try and redo these and maybe find another cabinet we can put food into. I'm thinking like maybe doing those three and moving our baking stuff in that one. I don't know yet. Down here, this one's random cooking type things. Let me see this, baby. This has got our utensils, and it won't open because, oh goodness. We've got some random appliances. I think I'm gonna move that over into that other cabinet. And pots and pans and a toaster. And then above the fridge, that we have completely random stuff in, and then we have stuff just piled up there. I wanna try and clear that off too. So I decided to go from one cabinet to another. I didn't want to take everything out of all cabinets at the same time because I've tried that before and it was just extremely overwhelming. So I'm going to start with one cabinet at a time, or one drawer at a time. I'm going to be starting with our silverware drawer. There wasn't really too much to do in there, just to take out a couple things. And then we're going to move into our plates and cups and bowls cabinet. It was pretty messy, and I had a couple of organizers that some of our bottles were in, but honestly they were just taking up more space than anything, so it was just kind of a waste of space to have those in there. So I'm just going to kind of take everything out and then look through all of those and get rid of some old things that we don't really use anymore, and then put them back in and try to kind of organize them. This one, I struggle with organizing this cabinet a lot for some reason. Like, I want it to look really pretty, but I just can't quite get it there. But it was a lot better after I was done, at least. And now we did have a few dishes that were dirty. I had some in the sink and whatnot. So we had a couple more cups and some bowls. But otherwise, that's about everything. I think maybe a coffee mug or two. But anyways, now I'm going to clean the dishwasher. It's empty right now, and I had wiped down the inside somewhat recently, like at the bottom where the door opens, because like the dirty water would drip down and collect right where like it opens and closes. But I'm putting in one of the, I think it's called a Fresh tablets. It's in like that green box. I should have shown it, but I forgot to. So I'm gonna put that in and just run an empty cycle and let it clean itself while I move on and work on other things. And the next thing I'm gonna work on is our cleaning / medicine cabinet under our sink. It was very, very messy, and I really like organizing this one. I feel like it always just looks so nice when I'm done. This is a hack I found on Pinterest where you get the command hook clips, and I clip my gloves on there on this door, and I do have another pair of clips that I'm getting next time we get groceries, and I'm going to put those on the other door in this cabinet for my scrub gloves. It's like gloves with little scrubbies on the palm, and sometimes I do dishes with those too, so I'm gonna put those on the other door next time. But now we're gonna move over into our Tupperware cabinet, or like food storage cabinet. It wasn't too bad, and there, I don't think I decluttered anything out of there, but I just kind of wanted to straighten it up just a little bit. And we do have a shelf in there, but it doesn't have the little pegs to like stick into the little holes to hold it up, if y'all know what I'm talking about. So I do need to try and get some of those so I can actually use the shelf in there eventually. But here's what that looks like when I'm done, and the kids get into here a lot, so it's usually messed back up anyways. But now I just wanted to show you this little drawer right next to the oven. I keep my oven mitts in there, and here are those other gloves I was telling you about a second ago that I'm going to put in the cleaning cabinet soon, but I just wanted to show you that. There was obviously nothing to do in there. And then we're going to move into, basically this is a junk cabinet. It's got some random appliances, Ziploc bags, organizing things, some overflow things from like storage containers that like wouldn't fit in there. So I'm going to empty that out and try to figure out what to do in there. So for this cabinet, I had no clue what I was doing. I kept the bags in here because I didn't know where else to put them. And then I decided I'm going to put some of my baking stuff over in this cabinet since it's a little, tongue-tied. I couldn't even say tongue-tied. Since this cabinet on the left is a little bit bigger than the cabinet I already had my baking stuff in, I'm going to move some of that over there, but you'll see here soon. I'm really struggling with trying to figure this one out. This is our drinks cabinet. It's got our stuff to make teas and coffees and hot chocolate and whatnot, and it is a little bit packed in here, but it is just about as organized as it can get, so I'm gonna kind of leave that alone. And then this cabinet over here, that was my baking stuff. I decided to move our spices off the countertops into here, and I'm not sure if I'm crazy about it. You'll see here in just a second what I'm talking about. I'm sorry if the dishwasher is kind of loud, but I'm really struggling to know what to do with this cabinet. Right now, I took all the spices out of our old spice thing that sat on the counter just to kind of clear up some space on the counters. I've got those all in there. I've got a couple of cooking like sauces and spray and oil there. More spices up here. The top one is completely empty. Like I said, that's just got our toaster oven. This is our drinks cabinet, and then our baking cabinet, and that's kind of like our cooking cabinet because we don't really have room to fit all of that into here. Like, I was kind of hoping to do that so I could make that another food cabinet, but I don't know. I might just kind of leave it like it is right now, even though we have so much empty space in that one, just to kind of think through like what to do with these. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I'm just gonna leave it for today, and let me know if y'all have any ideas. I want the spices to be within reach. Like, I don't want to put them up there because then I won't really be able to reach it as easily while I'm cooking. But I also don't really want them on the counter, even though that would free up more cabinet space. I'm not sure yet. Let me know if y'all have any ideas because I'm at a loss for this. And maybe I will reorganize in another video. I'm not sure yet. Just let me know if y'all have any ideas because I need help. I'm gonna hop back over to the silverware drawer real quick because I had a organizing thingy from our random junk cabinet that I figured would be perfect for keeping the kids' spoons and forks and whatnot, and then I'm gonna use another one to organize some of our sauces from eating out. We eat out way too much, so we always have a stockpile of sauces. But then I'm going to move over into our microwave now and clean that out. Like I said earlier, I had kind of cleaned things at surface level, so like our countertops were cleaned, but y'all see me do that in like every video anyways. So I wanted to do some deep cleaning, like cleaning out the microwave, and we clean out the stove some and stuff like that I don't do near as often as I probably should. Our kitchen is so narrow, so it's like impossible to film myself cleaning out our oven because I have to sit in front of the oven door when it's open because there's no room beside it because our kitchen is as narrow as our stove is. But it was kind of hard to get an angle, but I'm going to clean in here. I cleaned off the door pretty well. There was a lot of dried on who knows what stuck to the little window too, but I decided not to clean the inside of the oven, like the bottom of it. It was pretty dirty, but it was already kind of getting later. I needed to start dinner soon, and I was really starting to get tired at this point, so I decided I'm gonna save the inside of the oven for another day, maybe do that in another video, but at least the door of the oven looked a lot better once I was done. Now moving over into our food cabinets. This one is more of the food that I use for like meals, and the other cabinet is more of like our snacks and like quick lunches and stuff like that. This one is like the other, like it goes really far back into the cabinet. Like I can fit my whole arm back there, but it's pretty much unusable because then things just get hidden, and I've had bad food back there sitting there for years because I didn't realize it was still back there anymore and stuff like that. So it's just hard to organize stuff in these cabinets particularly, but I couldn't really organize too much anyways. I did clean out some food that had gone bad that, like I said, I didn't realize was in there, and then I'm going to refill some of our containers, and that was about it in that one. And then I'm going to move over to the other cabinet, which was a hot mess, and we decluttered, or not decluttered I guess, but I got rid of so much old food and made a lot of space in there. And it is time for another grocery shop, so our cabinets were a little bit emptier than they normally are, because normally our cabinets are slam full, and then we have food sitting on the counters because we don't have enough storage for all the food. But I talk about this constantly. I'm watching for some sort of like standalone pantry. I can't really find one that I like on like Amazon or Wayfair or anything like that. I'm not really sure where to look for what I'm wanting, but I'm also like waiting to see if like any thrift stores are gonna have any like wardrobe pantry type things that I can put over on the other side of our back door. That would be perfect, so I can keep all the food in there, and that would free up so much space for all of our other stuff in our cabinets. So hopefully one day we'll have that, and that'll make this a little bit easier. Now I'm going to work on what is basically our junk drawer. It had candles and batteries and all sorts of just random stuff in there, so I did need to throw away a lot of stuff in there, and then I moved some stuff around, but otherwise, I mean, I pretty much just left it how it was. There wasn't too much that needed to come out. And the drawer next to it is our utensil drawer, and I couldn't get rid of anything in there because we don't have any duplicates or anything like that. I do need all of those, but I'm planning on moving some of those out like onto the countertops soon when I redecorate for Valentine's, because they're pink and they would match perfectly. But now I'm going to be cleaning off the top of the fridge. We had paint and craft supplies and batteries and light bulbs, bubbles, a lunchbox. If you can think of it, we probably had it on top of our fridge or in this little cabinet up there. We had painting supplies too. So I'm just going to take all of that out, and I left our griddle up there, but otherwise I'm going to take everything out, and I'm just going to leave it empty for now while I try and decide what to put up there, because that cabinet's like impossible to reach. So I know whatever I put up there, I'm never going to use it because I can't get to it. And then I'm going to work on these last two cabinets that I had forgotten about when I was over here. This one, it just had a couple of pans and our waffle maker and our old slow cooker. So I'm going to take those out, move the waffle maker to the new appliance cabinet, and we're going to get rid of the slow cooker. Otherwise, I don't know what to do with this cabinet either. And then the one next to it just had our toaster and pots and pans, and I moved the toaster and kind of cleaned out the cabinet a little bit, but that was it, and that's going to be all for today's video. Our kitchen looks a million times better. It almost feels kind of empty right now because it looks so much better than it did before. We have a huge bin full of things to donate and get rid of. So I really hope this gave you lots of motivation, because I know I feel so much better now that it's done. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!